Good morning students. In this video we are going to discuss about economic liberalization and globalization. Our next topic is globalization. In previous video we have discussed about first is a liberalization, and most important second is a privatization. Every year board asks question from this portion: liberalization, privatization, or third is a globalization. What is liberalization? Government gradually reduced control or ownership over the private sector is known as a liberalization. Government gradually reduce control or ownership over the private sector is known as a liberalization. What is privatization? Government transferred either management or either ownership. Means either government transfer management to the private sector and keeps ownership with them, or transferred ownership to the private companies and keeps management with them is known as a privatization. Our next topic is today is globalization. What is the globalization? Name suggests global means at the world level. So, what is globalization? Globalization is the process of connecting one country's economy with the world economy. It is the simple definition. Globalization is the process of connecting one country's economy with the world economy is known as a globalization. As a result, what will happen? So, the flow of goods, service, technology and labor is easily available in the world. Okay. As a result of a globalization, the goods, services, technology and labor is easily available in the world. Means other terms you can say that the factors of production can be easily available through the world market, so that lead to the encouragement of a economy or a particular country's economy. Okay. And the benefit of this globalization is the developing countries economy can be connected with a developed country's economy. Developing countries economy can be connected with a developed country's economy. Okay. First, what is the features of this globalization? So, obstacles of trade between two nations have been removed. Whatever obstacles before globalization between two countries have been removed after the implementation of a globalization. Okay. Such a condition has been created so that capital exchange can easily take place between two nations. What was the condition? Capital exchange means suppose one country A is trading with another country B, while A is a developed country and B is a developing country. So, different countries have a different types of currency. So, how this currency to measure, or what amount this developing country should pay to the developed country in terms of goods, service and other types of resources. So, the WTO, full form of WTO is World Trade Organization have said that all the international trade should be carried out with only dollar. Okay, means other country had to pay this country only in dollar, okay, not in other currency. Whatever currency or whatever country's currency or whatever currency you have been followed, so you have to convert your currency into dollar and then and after pay to the other countries. So the second point, it suggests that such type of condition has been created so capital exchange can easily take place between two nations. Third, obstacles in the way of exchange of technology have been removed. What is the third point is saying? Before this LPG reform, liberalization, privatization, globalization, before 1991, the developed country can become a more developed, and developing country couldn't get the benefit of this exchange of this technology. But after implementing of this LPG reforms, today we can see that we have purchased Rafale fighter jet from France, okay, which is a nuclear subsumed Rafale fighter jet. So this France is not given Rafale to any country very easily, okay, but after this 1991 reforms, the exchange of this technology have been removed. So the exchange of technology becomes so easy, that's why France can give us a Rafale fighter jet. And other is Russia give a S-400 missile. This is also another example of a exchange of a technology. Means in terms the obstacle which was arise between the exchange of a technology have been removed after the LPG reforms. Free exchange of a labor may be there among different nations of the world. Okay, means whatever the skillful labor, most of the Indians have been went to the other countries in search of a job because they paid a good amount of wages. That's why. But here say free exchange of a labor. 2 or 3 days ago, Iran or Iraq, in which most of these two countries have most of means 65% labors have been there. So due to this impact of this COVID-19, Iran or Iraq decided that we gradually reduce this 65% of labor and we only take place 30% labor from this our country. Okay, because so before the impact of COVID-19, 65% labor is there and most of the labor is for outer countries. So my mean is to say you that this point, free exchange of labor may be there among different nations of the world, or the country get a very skillful labors, okay, because of this globalization. Next, what is the advantages of this globalization? So FDI, foreign direct investment, is increased or encouraged due to the global trade. Okay, see here two terms. First is a FDI and second is a FPI. full form of FDI is foreign direct investment, and the FPI's full form is foreign portfolio investment. So what is the difference between these two terms, FDI and FPI? Whenever the other country's manufacturing or other company of other country is invest in India more than 49% of its share, because in future they have, or their motive is to included in the management of their particular company. Once again, other countries company who or which invest share in India or other countries more than 49%, because in future they have a motive to took part in a management or become a part of a company or settle down a company. So that's why that type of company is invested in a FDI or the way through FDI. Second is a FPI. Whenever the company of other country didn't want to or didn't have a interested in a management or for a future they have not stable or engaged in a management of that company. So that type of company is invest only 10% or less than 10% in Indian company or in any other countries. So it is known as a FPI. So FDI is a very stable exchange or investment form, but FPI is not counted as a stable, because when the company found that the other companies prefer higher amount of investment or a share, then after, let's understand with example. Suppose a company is invested in China around 10% in FPI, while this A company in India offer this A company to a higher share than China, means whatever share offered by this or whatever investment or profit is offered by China, then and after higher profit is offered by India. So this A company is suddenly sold his share from this Chinese market and suddenly invest in India. So because of this, the problem of a hot money can be increased. Okay. So this is the simple term FDI and FPI, foreign direct investment. So FDI can be encouraged because of this global trade. Second, goods produced in a developed country can easily be obtained. Okay, because there is no barrier among the global trade. So whatever the good produced by the developed country can be easily obtained by the developing country. Developing country is mostly a backward country. So that's why the goods or technology or service which is produced by the developed country is not getting easily by the developing country, but after that globalization this can be happen. Okay. Last point of the advantage is developing countries like India can withstand competition at an international level due to globalization. Okay. India or any other, China or other countries, developing countries can withstand competition with developed country at an international level. Okay. Because of this globalization, in yesterday's news, Bill Gates have said that Bill Gates is the world's most richest person, who have said that India have a capacity to make a vaccine. India have a capacity to make a vaccine and distribute at a world level. Means India वैक्सीन बना भी सकती है और वर्ल्ड लेवल पूरी सभी वर्ल्ड को वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट भी कर सकती है. सो इंडिया कैन विथस्टैंड, so you can say India can withstand with other developed country because of this globalization. What is the disadvantages? First, whatever government of India expected that the amount of success can be achieved from this globalization, but expected success has not been attained in finding solution to the problem of poverty and unemployment due to globalization. Why? Because in here we have seen that free exchange of a labor, okay, one person have wanted to do some work and wanted to go to other countries, but they have no money because it is poor, and this poverty is directly एसोसिएटेड विथ अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट. जब भी किसी के पास काम नहीं है तभी तो वो पुअर है. ओके, सो दैट्स वाई अनएम्प्लॉयमेंट एंड पॉवर्टी प्रॉब्लम कुडंट बी सोल्व्ड विथ दिस ग्लोबलाइजेशन. ओके, डेवलपिंग कंट्रीज हैव नॉट एक्वायर्ड प्रॉपर बेनिफिट ऑफ इंक्रीज इन एक्सपोर्ट बिकॉज वी हैव डिस्कस दैट developing country or any other countries have to pay to the other countries in only dollars. So because what is the problem in the case of developing country? Developing country have a less amount of foreign exchange. So from foreign exchange they had to pay to the developed country. Okay, because most of the goods and services was transferred by developed country to the developing country, and because of this balance of payment problem can be arise. What is balance of payment? Balance of payment means in a two account, current account and a capital account. Means whatever India pay to the other countries is included in the current account, and whatever India getting from the outside country is known as it included in the capital account. So our capital account is always in a plus, means our income is always in a plus, but whatever we pay to the other countries means our import is high, our export is less, then our current account problem is not solved. It is called as a current account deficit, CAD, okay, which is increase. Developing countries have not acquired proper benefit of increase in export. And last point, large scale industries obtain more profit while small scale industry have obtained less profit, because large scale means steel industry, example steel industries, and small scale means cottage industry. So which industry getting more benefits? Steel industry, because this industry have a more demand in the world market, while small scale industry have a less demand in a world market, or cottage industry is mostly backward, considered to be the backward industry. This is the globalization advantages and disadvantages of this globalization.